Well, the story really starts as a young child. Raised in Northern California by my mother. Never knew my father. I remember being home alone a lot because my mother would go drinking with her friends multiple nights in a row. We were WIC, welfare, and food stamps. That was the kind of environment I was raised in. At 9 years old, I'm sitting in an aunt's house, and she went under the couch and got out a tray, and there was some tobacco, I thought, and she was rolling a cigarette. And she lit it, inhaled deeply and held her breath, and passed it to my uncle, who did the same, who passed it to my mom, who did the same, to my cousin, to me, and I just didn't, well, it must be okay because everybody's doing it. And I ended up coughing and choking the first time smoking marijuana. And so I started hanging out with kids that smoked weed. And then hanging out with those kids, we got introduced to acid, to mushrooms, to a little cocaine. And once I tried methamphetamine at 16, I never needed anything else. One night, we had planned to roll a drunk to get some money to get drugs. And in the course of the evening, I ended up stabbing a guy named Matthew Ellis and fatally wounding him. I ended up getting sentenced to 17 years, 4 months to life. My first 9 years in prison, I did the same thing I've always did, drugs and criminal behavior, because it was my way of escaping the reality of maybe I'll never get out of this place. In 1993, my life began to change because I had found myself in an ad-seg unit, which is where they lock you up if you get in trouble, for methamphetamine. And here I am 9 years into a life sentence using the same substance that I used to kill Matthew. And my life was over. I literally thought, it's over. March 11th, 93, I found myself about 1:30 in the morning on my knees, snot, tears, just completely lost. And I just said, God, I can't live a decent life and continue to do the things I'm doing. Help me. To this very moment, I have not used a substance since that prayer. And I think that was the evening of my life that I surrendered. I just said, I can't do this alone.